What's up, guys? Welcome back to This Just In. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite stocks. This is a growth stock that I think everybody should take a look at and consider putting it in their portfolio, because I think over the course of the long term, we are going to get some very nice gains out of this stock. So let's jump in. Let's not waste any time. Alright guys, before we get started today, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date. I try to post new videos every day with growth stocks or penny stocks or anything that I think is going to do really well and make us some nice returns or make us a better investor overall. There's a link down in the description of my Patreon account. Come join the family over there. You'll get access to the private Discord where we talk stocks. You'll get links to 4 of my different portfolios. And then anytime I buy or sell a stock, up to the second I do it, I send out a notification. Anytime I enter a swing trade or anytime I'm watching a stock or mapping out a chart, I send that out so you guys can see that. There's also a link down there to Webull. Set up an account, deposit $100, you get some free stocks, and I get a free stock, help support the channel. Real quick though, I do want to say to all my day one supporters, all my Patreons that's been joining, I love you all more than anything. I feel like I got to tell you that on every video. You just have no idea how much this support means to me. Honestly, it's kind of overwhelming, you know, that you guys have been joining, and I really appreciate it, and I don't want to ever not tell you how much I appreciate it and how much it means to me. So thank you. But let's not waste any time. Let's jump in. Guys, I've made a video about this stock before. I think I've even made more than one. I will link it above where I go a lot more in depth. But the stock we're talking about today is BFT. This is fully trazamine. It's a Spac that's merging with Paysafe. This is one of my favorite plays right now. The fundamentals are great. It's a really old company that was public, then they went private, now they're coming back out on the stock market again. They're an old school type company. They could have just done a traditional IPO, but with SPACs heating up and just how popular they've been doing, that's what they decided to do, which is great for us. Kind of put some catalysts in there, and I think this stock is a beast and will continuously do well over the course of the next few years. Now, the reason why I chose this stock to make a video on it today is because yesterday I made a video on some of the gambling stocks that are going to benefit from March Madness or iGaming stocks. This is a stock, BFT, that is going to benefit from those iGaming companies. And I'll tell you why, but let's jump in. Let's start looking at the chart. There is a couple of things I wanted to go over as far as like numbers real quick. Guys, they have 3 main parts of their business, okay? They've got their digital wallets, they've got their eCash, and then they've got their integrated payments, payment processing. They also have that digital wallet. It's called Skrill. That's like a big part of their business. It pretty much operates in more than like 120 different countries and uses over 40 different currencies, that's huge. That's a lot of reach there. So it's not just in the US, but the US is a evolving, growing market with online iGaming. That Skrill platform works with DraftKings and Betfair and a ton of others, you know, Twitch, like I've said in my other video. They also work with like Amazon and all these big guys, right? So with that being said, March Madness is coming up. The iGaming is going to get a boost from that as sports start getting back to normal. You're going to see, companies like this that are going to benefit from that. This is a payment processing, a fintech play, and the reason why it's one of my favorites is because their fundamentals are great. In 2020, their revenue took a little bit of a hit because of sports kind of being so locked down, but they still had good EBITDA. They still had good margins. Right now, for 2021, they are projecting to do 103 billion in payment processing. Or volume, you could call it. Their revenue is going to rise 10% to 1.52 billion, and then their gross profit will be 961 million off of that 1.5 billion, which is huge. their gross margin blended over the course of all three of their services is going to be 63%. Guys, that's huge. Most of the SPACs that we invest into operate in the negative. Most of them are losing a ton of money. These guys are not. Their compounded annual growth rate from 2020 to 2023 will be 11%. Overall. They also had a positive EBITDA during 2020, earning like 420 million, which they will grow that by at least 17% on a 3-year compound annual growth rate to 670 million by 2023. Guys, so that's why I brought this stock up today, and I'm making a video about it, because I feel like anytime I've got a good stock like this that I'm excited about, I want to bring it to you. Sometimes, people miss the videos or they watch them late, or they just discovered my channel. And this is a stock I didn't want to just talk about it once and let it go. I want to bring it back so you guys really see how much I like it, because I believe over the course of the next, 6 to 12 to 24 months, this stock is going to see very nice gains. It's going to see very nice growth, and it's going to be consistent. This is a stock that's, like I said, it's got rock solid fundamentals. They are already doing a lot of revenue. They're already making money. The iGaming industry in the US is a ever-growing, rapidly expanding market. And the thing about it is based off of their current share price around $16.50, they're only trading at like 9 times earnings, which isn't bad at all. Especially when you start looking at some of these other EV companies that we invest in that are trading like 30 times, 40 times earnings, projected earnings at that. So guys, I just really like this stock, especially with the iGaming growing and the online gambling growing in America. This is a stock that you can invest into all that, but also get some outside exposure as well to their other two parts of the business, their eCash, their digital wallet, and then their payment processing as well. So I made the video yesterday about RSI and FST, which are great stocks, and GNOG that I really like as well. But I wanted to give you a play that's like right outside of that has a lot of opportunity to grow your portfolio, so you can be a little bit diversified. I also really like Skills. I've talked about that stock before as well. But if we take a look at the chart here, you can see here, they came out, obviously gapped up, ran pretty consistently all the way up until almost the end of January. And then started kind of selling off like a lot of the other growth stocks did, gap down, and then tried to make its way back up to the high. And then over the course of the last, few weeks, we got beat down. All of these growth stocks and SPACs did. But as you can see here, it came down here and touched a low of around 1247. Like right here, it came down, wicked down, and touched that support, or this support line right here. And you can see how these gaps, can work as support and resistance. So when you're looking at a stock like this, and the market's been so choppy over the last couple of weeks, and month, you can come in here and you can start to find these gaps and kind of get an idea of where you might run into support and resistance to help you find a better entry. On a stock like this, guys, I'm holding this for the long term. I plan on holding it for the next at least a year, but 2 years. And depending on how it goes and how it plays out will kind of determine what I do from there. But this is a stock that, even if it does get down around my 10% rule, I will keep it. I will hold on to it because I think it's going to do that well. And so I wanted to just kind of show you to come in here and look and see, okay, we had a gap down here. We had a gap here, we had a gap here. And if you see like right there on that gap, you can kind of see like over here, right here, you see this wick comes up and touches it. So just look at where your gaps are. Look at where you're going to run into support and resistance so you can find a better entry. But this is looking pretty good right here, guys. It was trading below the EMAs in a downtrend, popped back up, and now we are starting to get that exponential moving averages starting to curl back up to the upside. You'll see that 20-day, cross above the 50-day, which is the pink one. When that happens, you're in an uptrend. You see your MACD down here. It already crossed right back here, working its way back up. And, hopefully it continues to do that. With the Fed coming out today doing their talk, you're either going to see one of two things. You're either going to see the market lose its mind and start selling off dramatically, depending on what Powell says, or you're going to see it, everybody say hallelujah, and I think you'll see a pretty flat, maybe small incline in the market. I don't think you're going to see a huge, massive catalyst to the upside. I think you've got a real small percent chance of that happening. I do think the market's either going to trade sideways or in a downtrend for the next week or so, depending on what happens today when Powell goes out there and talks, when the Fed goes over whatever it goes over. Depending on what questions they ask or how they respond is what'll kind of dictate what happens in the market. But if it does go down, if it does start trading towards the bottom side, gives us a great opportunity to buy and take entries in our high conviction plays, pick up some stocks at a discount, add shares, bring our costs down, whatever it is. If it trades sideways, it gives us some time to go out there, do some research, get excited about our plays, find some other ones, and hopefully we get out of this craziness soon and start to continue our bull run up to the upside. But guys, I wanted to keep this video super short today. I'm also making a video today about SENS, S-E-N-S. I'm going to go super in depth. It's one of my favorite penny stocks right now. I think it's going to do very well moving forward. But definitely, if you don't own BFT right now, go check it out. Consider making a position. To get back up to the upside of its previous high, you're looking at 17% to there. To if you go to the wicks, you're looking at around 20%, which is a pretty nice little gain, but that only puts you up around $20. I think that over the course of the next 6 to 12 months, this will have a much higher price target than that. Honestly, once the vote comes out, they vote, the merger's complete, we get into Q2, Q3, I could see this stock hitting a $40 price target by the end of 2021 if we get back into our bull run and start moving up towards the upside. So guys, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you've got a price target on this stock, let me know. I've had some comments in my last video I made about this. A couple people said they had a $100 price target. That's a big price target. I could definitely see it getting there over the course of the long term. Do I see it getting there by the end of 2021? No, probably not. I do see it getting up around 45, but again, guys, I would rather tell you 40 and it hits 60 than I tell you 100 and it hits 60. So, let me know down in the comments what you think. If you've got a position to this stock, I'd love to hear about it. Also, if there's any tickers you want me to cover, put those down in the comments as well. Come join me at the Patreon. I'd love to have you over there. Come be a part of this Just In family. Last thing, I am not a licensed stockbroker. Always do your own research and due diligence. Don't just take my word for it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for your support and have a wonderful day. Peace.